Hey there, and happy Tuesday. Kind of feel like I'm a day off, starting the week a little slower than I anticipated. I took yesterday off, and I know a lot of you had the day off too, with it being a holiday. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day too. So my youngest son, surprised us and came home for the weekend. We weren't expecting that. So when I kind of said, hey, on Friday, I was doing my Facebook Live earlier because it was Friday, I was really glad I did, because then when he came home, we were able to just jump in and enjoy time with him. And then our middle college son came home because of that too. So it was a great weekend. But I am ready to kick off Deb Warwick's virtual stamp party today with card number 1. And Deb, between Deb and her mom and such, they have been so faithful over my 25 full years with Stampin' Up! To schedule and have parties. And so this isn't the way that we probably wanted to have the party, but I'm so glad that we can still have this party this way too for Deb. And so just a little bit about the hostess. We gather and we giggle and we have a blast together, and there's hugs and all that kind of stuff. So this will be so different to do it this way for her, but once again, I'm just glad that that can happen. Hi Diane, hi Lois, hi Linda, and Deb the hostess is on here too. Great. So let me just get started here in a sec. I wanted to see if my iPad would come on with my live. So if you guys had comments, there I am. So I am on here. All right. So I'm going to set that down and show you. So keeping in mind things that Deb's group likes to do, and kind of the techniques they like and their interests and such, I decided I had to go showing you guys a card using the Hey Chick bundle. So I just thought, yeah, that'll be something that'll be so fun. And I've done some things with the Hey Birthday Chick bundle. So today I'm bringing you the Hey Chick bundle. So I'm excited to show you the different dies in that set, because it's a really fun set of dies. So let me get my camera moved around here. Hi, Diane. Thanks for joining in. Okay, so whoops, one more notch here. There we go. Okay, so here is the card. Facing the right way. Have a happy day. So it can be kind of just one of those any type of occasion type of cards too. So I wanted to kind of leave it that way so that the people receiving this card could use it for any occasion. So the Hey Birthday Chick products are not in a publication. So our Hey Chick, or I always say the Chick, I should just call it the Chick products, because there's 2 different stamp sets and 2 different sets of dies. But today, for the first time since 2017, I'm showing you guys something with Hey Chick. Love the stamp set when it was part of Celebration in 2017. So this is the stamp set that I'm using. So if you downloaded this at all from my email or saw it on my Facebook page, it's this bundle here that I'm using the dies from and the stamp set. And a lot of times I've kind of mixed and matched things, but today I kind of just wanted to keep it exclusive so that if you had to pick one or the other, whatever, you could see something made with just the dies and just the stamp set that way too. So that is from this brochure. If you need this brochure emailed to you or want more information and didn't get it, let me know. And then part of the card, and I'm afraid if I don't tell you or show you right away, I'll forget. So there's these cute little accent pieces here and here, the grass and the sky. And that I am pulling from Oh Snap. So I did a card last month, kind of Valentine-y looking. And so that could be for water, but I thought it kind of made a fun little cloud accent there too. And then I always like to let you guys know if there's other options that you might have in your stash too. And this is the first one that came to mind too, the High Tide stamp set. This is in the current annual catalog. So that little moon or sun could be put up in the sky too, as well as some of these different grasses, or even sometimes a little marking like that could go well in the sky or on the ground too. So thanks, Deb. I'm glad you like your card, because it's going to be one that you're going to receive from me for being the hostess. Hi, Barb. Thanks for joining in. Okay, so, and then that Oh Snap is from the mini catalog, before I forget, on page 47. So that's where those little accents came from, the card that I'm using side by side there. So could actually put a cute little frog on the card today too. Maybe next time. Okay, so if you're just joining in, here again is today's card. So the card base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 folded this way, and I actually just wanted some kind of color to be brought in. And yeah, thanks, Pam. I love giving you guys extra ideas because you guys know me. And Pam, you'll giggle at this because Pam has been stamping with me before I signed up for Stampin' Up. And so I'm not the best salesperson because I'm always, how do I want to say, always never convincing people to buy things. And so Pam would giggle at that because sometimes I cut people off before they're done shopping. That's a joke, inside joke between her and I. And so to give extra options is just my way of saying you don't need to buy more. So yes, thanks, Lynette, and for joining in and being excited that I'm doing that. Okay, so with the red, I wanted some color, and I almost thought about going with Granny Apple Green or something, but I just thought it really highlights just that little touch of red that is in the chick's little comb there on the top. Yes, Pam, I just don't want to be pushy. That is totally me. I just want people to be having fun. Okay, so that's why I chose the red background. And then I wanted more of the red background to show up. So usually for my matting, I kind of do the next area or stamping area like 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to be for the inside of the card, that size. But I wanted it to be a little smaller so you could see more of the red outside to really give the card some pop of color. So I cut this 3.75 by 5 for the next layer here. So before I do any of my stamping or anything, I'm going to give this kind of a color coding here with my blending brushes. So yes. Okay, so let me start with Granny Apple Green. So I'm going to open up the Granny Apple Green ink pad. And with these, sometimes I'll be like, okay, I don't want to get too much of the blotchy, so I'll swirl it, and this time I'm doing my usual counterclockwise. Hi there, Wendy. And then I usually start off to the side and then just bring it around. But for this, if you are making this card, if you want to start somewhere, just pick kind of where an object's going to be on there. And for grass, how often do we look across our lawns and there's lighter and darker patches or thicker or lighter? So I kind of just thought, you know, for this, it doesn't have to be perfect. So this is going to be our Granny Apple Green, and I'm going about halfway up. This card kind of has full pieces for the foreground where I'm going to put the images. So I did want that to kind of have a lot of that Granny Apple Green. And then you can tell this is well loved with my balmy blue already. So I'm going to open up that balmy blue ink pad and do that same thing. And so for the sky, I didn't want, you know, huge blotches or whatever, but there I'm just going to kind of go around the edges to kind of make that be darker around the edges. And then if I have some swirls in there, I thought that would be kind of fun too. So I'm going to kind of come back and make sure that my edges grab some like so. So on purpose, I kind of have it more blotchy just to give it some more texture, and I really do like that. Like I said, sometimes I like the smoothness of it and want that to be really smooth, which these blending brushes, everybody's saying how much they love it just for that reason alone. Okay, so let me, yeah, I want to make sure I have the right piece of paper there. Let me do some stamping next, and that's going to be with my Memento black ink here. And I'm going to just ink up the chick here. A lot of you might have that from before, and a lot of you are getting it. Some of my new stampers are getting it now, the Hey Chick stamp set for the first time. Isn't she just cute? Love it. Okay, and since I have my camera angle kind of geared down here, I think I'm going to go outside of my Norm, and I'm going to color. Usually and this could bite me, usually I cut first and then color, just in case my die moves and I didn't do all that coloring in vain. So I'm going to be in real trouble if that's the case. But I also like to have my camera angle as low as it goes when I'm doing my coloring in. Okay, so I'm just going to take the real red. I'm using the darker of the real red just so I get a nice vivid image here. So I'm just going to go over the comb with that, and that's the only thing that I'm using the real red for. And then pumpkin pie next, I'm just going to kind of go down and fill in cute little legs. You know, chick legs are always going to be really cute. Oops, and then I want 2 little dots before I cap it on the little beak there. So far that's all we have. Oops, for color, there we go. And then the crumb cake is what I'm using for the rest of the chick. So I'm just going to completely circle, or outline I should say, the inside of the chick with the darker. And what's kind of neat about this, the artistry from Stampin' Up! Did a lot of these little scratches, or whatever you want to call it, texturing of the chicken. So I feel like there's not a lot that I have to do. I'm not going to go over all those little hash marks with my Stampin' Blend here, but I'm just going to do maybe a little extra in the wing part of it there. So that's all I'm doing with my actual dark crumb cake. And then the rest is going to be with the light. So I don't often get to use the brush tip on my Stampin' Blend, but today I'm using the brush tip just because it's going to cover a lot of area really fast. So that I'm just going to kind of brush along there. And I always still like to get close to the edges so that I can kind of blend the light to the dark, so it doesn't look, after a few minutes, it won't look like just a solid line there. So how quick and easy is that? All right, so now I'm going to just expand my area a little bit with my tripod so that you can see what I'm cutting out and such. So the dies that I'm using, speaking of cutting out, they all come from the Chick Dies stamp set here. So there's all these lovely dies here. Can't wait to use this for a little chicken wire accent. Even the eggs I thought could be fun for a cutesy type of spring card too. And then the ones that aren't in the package are the ones that I'm using today, which is the cute little sign and the stump and the coop and the chicken. So let me start with the chicken first. Like I said, I kind of want to make sure that that goes through really well since I've committed to all the time of coloring. Just kidding, it wasn't that much time, but I don't want to waste your time by having to do another one if it doesn't cut out well. Okay, so got that. I'm going to put that through. Okay, so we got this. Yay! So there, I don't have to redo that. So there is that. And then for the other dies, I'm using Smoky Slate for this fun little intricate coupe here. So I'm going to put that down, and then I'm going to make the sign and the wood stump out of cinnamon cider. So these I can put through all at the same time here. Hi Lisa, you will love this. It's the chick stuff. So Lisa's got chickens on her farm, so this will be great. So let me put, whoops, the dies aside here, and let me gather up the things that I've cut and set this aside. So before I put the coupe on my card, you can see how detailed the coupe is. But what I want to do is take just a little bit. I'm not even re-inking, but I'm going to take my blending brush that I put in my balmy blue, and I'm just going to kind of go over that. And there's not going to be a lot of ink in here. Whoops, just have a little piece of paper here and there from running it through my die cutting machine. Okay, so what I'm doing is just kind of pressing a little bit of blue in there. I don't want to turn my coupe blue, but I just want to get some color in those little areas. And I kind of like how this turned out because you know, everything in our home decor stuff is turning into that gray look, but it just kind of takes and accents all those little extra pieces there without making it too blue. So you would hardly know that there's blue on here, but it just makes everything pop. And the only way you would kind of know is if you ran another just plain smoky slate through the die cutting machine and compared them. And that's kind of exactly what I wanted to have that appearance of. Okay, so now I think it's time for assembly. And I'm going to do just a little bit more stamping. Hi there, Shelly. Thanks for joining in. So before I do my assembly here, I need my Stampin' Pierce mat. There we go. And this is where I said like those 2 extra little accent pieces. This is from the Oh Snap, from the mini catalog. The current mini catalog has that big crocodile. So these are going to be the fun little motion clouds there. Just adds a lot. And then with my Granny Apple Green, I'm just going to put some of these kind of here and there. And it's just more to make the background not look so blah, like so. So we have that filling up that space too. And I just love those bright colors together. So now this is ready to attach to the red card base. So I'm just going to flip that over like so and attach my seal to that like so. And then I'm going to start with the coupe and grab my dimensionals here. Lots of dimensionals for this just to kind of give it a nice pop from the card base here too. Oops. And I'm going to peel those stickers off. So this is going to go up here like so, so that there's plenty of room. It's going to feel like it's maybe up high, but I'm going to need a lot of room to put that chick on there, and it's kind of a bigger chick, so that's why I kind of did a lot of green versus blue on the card there too. Hi Carol, thanks for joining in. Oh, and then my sign, before I forget, I need to stamp that. And I'm going to do that with black ink. And this is also from the Hey Chick stamp set, Have a Happy Day. And I like that this is going to be really versatile too. So Have a Happy Day could be for birthday or just anything. So that even though this is red rubber and not see-through photopolymer, it's very easy to line that up on the sign, which is great. And then what I'm going to do is just take a strip, and we all have these little strips in our stash. I'm just going to kind of cut that in half for kind of a length here and end up with 2 pieces there. And then I'm just going to attach a glue dot to that like so, because I want to make my sign longer. So what's cute about the sign is it has that nice little wood grain here, and then at the top like a post, and then above and below the greeting too, but it's nice and smooth where your sentiment is, so that you don't have to worry about your sentiment getting goofy, funky looking, because it's not flat. So this I'm going to put right over top, and I don't think it makes it look goofy because it kind of matches the flat area where your greeting goes. But I just want to make sure that this is going to fit behind the chick, kind of coming out behind her. So with that, I'm going to grab another dimensional and just kind of secure the sign like so. Just one dimensional will be fine. These things are super sticky. Believe me, if you try to remove them, you'll know how sticky they are. Okay, so with that, then I have the chick popped up. Oh, and I need to pop up the sign, and I think just one dimensional will do that here. And you can kind of see from the back side, but not from the front, that it's been extended there on the sign. So then we can just add that like so. So it just adds a fun dimension to the card there. And then it also, because the sign and the chick are kind of, how do you want to say, spatially the right size, it now makes the chicken coop look like it's sitting back farther because of the size of it. And then I just wanted to add something to have in the foreground too, and that's going to be this little stump. And if you want, I think it has a great design pattern embedded. So as it not only die cuts, it embosses that design on there too. I think that's good. But if you like yours to be a little deeper, you can always sponge and get some of that cinnamon cider ink in there, or even use like another brown color to accent that too. So we have that. Like so. I almost thought about putting a ladybug, one of those cute little ladybug trinkets on here or on the ground too, but I didn't want it to be too busy, and with everything else kind of being paper products, I didn't want to bring in another medium to have that kind of just be its own little thing. So that's the outside of the card. I'm not going to add any ribbon, no accessories today, just because it's so busy with all the colorful background stamped images and then the actual cutouts itself. But I do want to add, because red for the inside, red's kind of sometimes hard to see for ink to show up. So I'm just going to add an inset of 4 by 5 1/4 white for that, and I'm going to leave that blank. So that way the people ordering through Deb's virtual party, if they want to add happy birthday to it, or just leave it blank, or have it be whatever they want. So that is today's card, number 1 for Deb's virtual stamp party. So I hope you have enjoyed seeing those blending brushes again. It's always kind of fun to work with something new and in different ways too. So you can see that. Let me get my camera turned around. There we go. So yeah, so that is card number 1 today for Deb's virtual stamp party. And the next couple days I'll be back with cards number 2 and 3 for her party. So how you get the cards is if you place a minimum $25 order using her host code, or even contact me about ordering through her party, but make sure that you tell me that you want to do that, then you'll know that you'll be getting the cards because you've contacted me. Pam has a question here. Oh, shoot. It went up. I'm going to see if I can catch it on my iPad. How are you to use those red rubber stamps without wood? Oh, the new stamps are now cling. So, good question, especially if you haven't ordered for a while. Was it the last catalog, or for sure this one? So whenever you have a stamp, and this looks like red rubber, and it's usually, it comes on here, so you go, oh, that's what we've always taken apart and mounted and put on our wood blocks. But now they are all super sticky. So here we go. Yeah, I do have one mounted that I haven't used today. So this, instead of putting the sticker on your wood block, you put it right on the stamp, and then this is really sticky now. That's why they call it cling. For about a couple years they weren't very clingy, and I was having to put a little adhesive on and then letting it set overnight, and then it would be sticky. Well, that kind of got my clear blocks a little gooey goopy, and I didn't like that either. So I love that these peel on and off. And you know what, I feel like I did my card pretty quick. Let me just show you. Let me put this back down and show you how I assemble that, in case this is something new for you guys too. Let me get that down. Because I have some stamps here that I haven't assembled. So I'm just going to pop out this one here. Getting an extra tutorial today, guys. And here's the sticker sheet. So this comes right off right away. And then what I do is, here it is, find this and that seam in there. So now this part's super sticky, so you have to make sure that you have your stamp going on here exactly the way you want, because it is so sticky that you'll hardly be able to get this off of that sticker, vice versa. You won't be able to get them apart without kind of tearing your stamp. So then I just place that right down onto that like so. and then I just peel that off. So now this is sticky, the way Stampin' Up! Has meant that to be. Oh, thanks, Lynette. You're so sweet. So that will help. And then should have a block right here. Yep. Okay, and then this is going to stick right onto your block. So that is how that works when there's no more wood blocks. So you will love them. And of course, with the regular photopolymer, those stick really well to these blocks too. So glad I could kind of show you the assembly, because I haven't done that for a while. And if there's newer people, newer stampers, or some that are going from, yeah, I've been stamping for how many years, and now I have to kind of make the move from wood mount to clear block. That is always kind of that transition. I always thought I would be the wood mount girl forever, and I said I'm just going to hang tough in there. I'm going to stick with wood mount because I like it. That lasted maybe a month, you guys, because I love that the stamp set cases like this are half the size when it's no longer wood mount, so less storage, and you can store them upright versus kind of the shell or clam cases almost had to be like this stored. So yeah, there's a lot of benefits. And then once you buy the acrylic blocks, you can just mix and match those with all your stamps, so you don't have so much wood, wood sitting in your crafting area. So hopefully that helps too. Alrighty, great question, Pam. Glad I could hit on that today and give you a little extra boost for the video. But yeah, I'll be back the next couple days, and let me know if you want to help Deb out or if I can help you with ordering. Yeah, and some people have converted their wood over to the cling too. So maybe I'll talk to you more about that. But other than that, I'll upload my card. But have a great day. Bye-bye.